You are listening to an episode of Financial Insight with Rob Wilson. Our mission is to change the speed of wealth creation for you and your family. We invite you to visit our website, IamRobWilson.com. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Now get ready to change the speed.
He was voted by Atlanta Magazine as one of the 45 Atlantans we've grown to love. Yeah, we had to grow to love him too. He's Rob Wilson.
Hello, this is Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Whenever you're faced with any kind of challenges financially, make sure you listen to Rob Wilson. He'll provide for you solutions and remedies that will change your life.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Financial Insight with Rob Wilson. Changing the speed of wealth creation. That's the mission. That's what we're here to do on this podcast. Be sure to tell your friends and your family members and even your enemies about this podcast and this YouTube channel. Ask them to share, like, comment, and support us. I put a lot of effort in trying to bring you content that I believe will change your life forever. Today, I want to talk about a subject matter that is going to be kind of touchy. And this series probably go maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 different segments of this series. They're going to be short series. What I want to do first in the opening is set the perimeters, the foundation of what it is that I'm really trying to do here. Because I'm going to come against some things that you probably heard, some things that were probably positive to you. And what I want to first clarify is that I don't want to cause you to abandon things that you believe in. I do want to challenge you on some things, because some of the things that I'm going to talk about, some of you may have had experiences finding out that these things work differently for you, because it really depends on your income levels and your knowledge level, right? And there are ways that you can have financial success even by an accident, not intentionally. So what I want to do is my mission here is to be intentional. And being intentional is to target a group of people who have not gotten it right, who have not been able to accumulate wealth, and be able to establish some fundamental principles that will allow them to see wealth creation in a different way, to allow them to participate in this thing called wealth creation. How do you change the wealth gap in your family? How do you do that? How do you do that? And so there's a lot of things out there. And this is where you have to be careful. See, I could come to you right now and tell you, hey, you want to invest in the stock market? I got some great stock market tips that I could teach you and show you. I can teach you how to invest in this. I can teach you how to invest in that. And I'm not going to teach you how to invest in nothing. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to give you principles and understanding of things that my colleagues oftentimes don't do. And they throw a nugget at you. And that nugget sounds so well and sounds so good. But you find it so difficult to make that thing realistic in your life. Most of you that's going to listen to this broadcast, I'm of the belief that most of you have been on a hunt. See, this is not the first financial related broadcast that you have listened to. And it may not be your last. You may not have read my books, Unlocking Wealth, Wealth Increasing Now. It's business, not personal. Understanding credit. I've written a number of books that you probably have never read, but it doesn't mean that you haven't been in pursuit of financial freedom and financial independence. And because of that, I want to be able to lay some foundations, give you some information, and give you some content of information that I believe will impact your life, that I believe will change your life, that I believe can help you look at things differently. So today, I want to be very careful because I'm not attacking. And I know that and I hope that if you are listening from the beginning, then you're going to understand what my foundation is. You're going to understand where I'm going. for people who may, and if you got family members and you teach, you're going to tell them, hey, listen, you got to listen to disc 3, man. You got to listen to segment 3 because he was really on something. Well, if I was really on something in segment 3, please tell them to listen to segment 1 because I want them to understand that this is about foundational stuff. And even though I may give you a bright idea or a great concept of something that is simplistic for you to use, if you don't get the foundational component of it, it's not going to be beneficial to you. See, everybody can plant a seed. It's where you plant that seed. But most importantly, when you plant that seed. And that's something that we're not taught. Money is a seed. Money is a shelter. Money it's not a tool. I don't want you to look at money as a tool. So I want you to understand that first. That's the first thing I want to get out. Do not see money as a tool. And I'm going to create this list, and I'm making this list up as I go. And I say I'm making it up as I go. But I'm going to throw something else more profoundly out to you than what I had planned for, because I feel it in my spirit now. I feel it resonating in me now that, oh man, I'm going a whole different direction from what, I had came here to talk about. But I'm still in the same neighborhood, because what I'm discovering and what I have discovered is that what I'm about to share with you now. Okay, let me get it off the table. Let me go ahead. We're going to talk about 7 streams of income. Or should I say, we're going to talk about screens of income. Now, screens of income, as the title of this podcast is saying, screens of income does not mean screens of jobs. So if I say, I want you to have 7 streams of income, I'm not saying I want you to have 7 jobs. And say I need to be clear on that. And then I also have to be clear on what type of income I'm talking about. Because if I'm talking about active income, write that down. If I'm talking about active income versus a passive income, there's 2 different things. Active income is where you are actively working. You are having to do something consistently, daily, hourly, constantly to make sure that income is being generated. Okay? A passive income is that you literally have to do a little bit of nothing. Just sit back and relax. That's different from residual income. Because oftentimes residual income is the result of what? Active income. So what is it that you really want? What are you in pursuit of? What is it that you are really trying to get? And see, when you hear these things, when you hear these people throwing this stuff up on the wall, they're not breaking this stuff down to you. And so like, you need 7 streams of income. Now, before I go to the income thing, because I'm going to talk about the income, right? I need to establish the premise of where I want to go in this. I need to establish the premise of where we want to go. And the scripture tells us, Ecclesiastes 11:2, it says, take thy portions and divide it into 7, yea 8, because you never know what the earth might produce. Let me say that again, because I want to break it down in portions. Not that you are unintelligent, that you cannot hear this, but I want you to hear specifically some things that I want to share. Take thy portion. What is your portion? What is your portion? Take what you have. Take what you earn. Take your active income and divide it into 7, yea 8, because you never know what the earth might produce. Well, in our lifetime, we never knew that the earth would produce a pandemic that would shut the world down and shut us down. Can you imagine that? But it has done so. So this is the earth producing something something completely out of our control, right? And it shut everything down. This is where now, right? Not active income. Y'all got that already, right? You got it, right? Not active income, not residual income, but passive income. Passive income. And those are the things that I want to try to cover over this series of podcasts, because I really want you to really maximize the full potential of what you earn. So the first thing that I want to say to you, well, the next thing that I want to say to you, first I said, money is not a tool, money is a seed, right? So we got that established. Then we talked about active, right? We talked about passive, right? The difference in the income. That's important to know. Knowing those two different capacities of income allows us to better sort out what we want to pursue. See, do you want to pursue active income, meaning you may need 7 jobs? You have to be active. You need 7 jobs. Or do you want passive income, where you do a little bit of nothing? So what I'm going to try to do today, or over this series, is introduce you to a number of different income streams. And I want to qualify them by putting them in either an active or a passive capacity. And then I want to break them down, because there's a piece that I want you to get that I just gave you from the scripture. It said, take thy portion. Thy portion. What is your portion? You got $8. You got $100. That's your portion. Now, once you pay all of your expenses from this $100, that is no longer disposable income for you. Let me say that again. You got $100, you paid all of your expenses, and now you have $30 left. That's not disposable income. What is that? That is the money in which you create multiple streams of income. You get me? You follow me now? Whole different concept, whole different mindset. Because a whole different mindset goes along with that. Yes, some people tell you you have to save. And yes, I want you to save. In order for me to talk to you about these 7 streams of income, I have to talk to you about 3 different types of investing, right? There's 3 different types of investing, and each of them involves a portion or a fraction or in some way components of multiple streams of income, which would be passive income, but in different quantifications. I hope that makes sense. I hope that really makes sense to you. Because once I show you these things, then you're going to have to be able to decipher. No, you won't have to decipher anymore, because you will know. I will break them down and I will categorize them at the best of my ability, so that you will be able to understand how you should want to set these things up. Okay, so the first thing I want to do before this segment ends, these are going to be very short segments, because I want to make sure that I can give you the attention and the focus on what these things are all about and how you can use them to change your life. Let me first give you 7 streams of income. Earned income. Earned income. I don't think I need to break that down too much for you. I think you know what earned income is. That's income, that's a salary or wages that you earn on your job, whether it's a salary or a wage. There's a difference in salary and wage. A wage is by the hour. A salary is that you have a designated set amount that you're getting, regardless of the number of hours that you work. It has a little bit more security than hourly working, because you guarantee you know what that pay cycle is going to be every pay cycle. So that's one string of income, right? Earned income. But let me tell you something. That is your portion. Did you follow that? That is your portion. So if that is your portion, and from your portion, you are now looking at paying off your obligations. And what are those obligations? Your household expense, your debts, your personal loans, student loans, and all of those things, right? So that you can now do what? What is the thing that you want to do? You want to now identify how much money do I have now to begin the process of creating, okay, my income streams from my portion, right? From my portion, my income streams from my portions. So some of you would think immediately that you have to go and do this or go and do that. You have to have 3 or 4 different multi-level marketing jobs to have passive income. And it's very interesting because when you look at multi-level marketing, that's not passive income. That is residual income, which is active income, which requires you to go out and work. Because when you go out there and you create that, you knocking on doors, inviting people to get in, right? There's some work involved in there. Passive income is like you started and now it immediately start producing. That's the difference. And I want you to understand that difference and keep that in the back of your mind so that you don't have to work hard, that you work smart as it relates to creating wealth. Because see, we got that thing mixed up, man. Everybody's talking about. I mean, you go out and you say, how are you going to get wealthy? People are like, well, you need multiple streams of income. Everybody know that story. Everybody honestly know that story. But in knowing that story, are they truthful with the facts of that story? Yes, you need multiple streams of income. But do you need multiple streams of income that is passive? Do you need multiple streams of income that is active? Boy, let me just calm that down for a moment. This is really important though when you think about whether or not you need passive income in this capacity. So let me get you back to where we were. Earn income and what earned income is, right? Once you earn an income, we now here's the thing. And there will be some people that would debate this theory and this strategy that I'm going to give you, right? They would debate it. And they would say, well, you're talking apples and oranges, right? Yeah, I'm talking fruit, but there's a difference between an apple and an orange, right? There just is. There's some similarities, but there's not really similarities. They have a peeling, okay? They have seeds, okay? They both can be wet, yeah, but they're different. They grow different. They even grow in different environments. So the same is true when we talk about wealth creation and financial related products. They are similar in nature. Like for instance, the next one the next one I'm going to share with you, which I'm going to give you one that I disagree with, and then I'm going to replace it with something that I want you to consider. So even though I'm going to give you 7, I'm actually somewhere over the course of this series, I'm probably going to give you about 10 or 12. But every time I give you one that I believe that we can redirect it somewhere else, that we can put it somewhere else, that we could put it in a different category, that it can fit in somewhere else, then I would do that. Because the next one is earn income and then profit income. Now, profit income, I want to set that aside for right now. I want to set that aside right now. Profit income, I want to set that aside. Because profit income, to me, listen to me very carefully now. Remember, I've established 3 forms of participating incomes, right? You got residual income, active income, and passive income. So I want to try to stay in the active, passive category as much as I can for you in the initial part of this series. I'm going to walk you through it, and as I walk you through it, then you'll see why I later incorporate, profit income into this process. Because not only do we have profit income, and let me just run down the list of them that I'm going to share with you over the next series. We got earned income, we got profit income, we got interest income, right? Very interesting there. We got dividends income, we got rental income, right? We got capital gain income, and we got royalties income. Well, those are the ones that we're going to talk about to some degree there. But on the other side of that, I have some other ones. I have pension income. Whoa, yeah. I have annuity income. Right. I have taxable distributions income. They all fall in a particular category that creates elements for you, and they all are originated. Well, they all can be originated from your what? Your earned income. Not 10 jobs. Your earned income. Here's something that we can agree on. And every scholar, every financial coach, every financial advisor, everybody would agree with this, right? And if you didn't know this, here's something that you can agree with. Money begets money. Say that. Repeat that. Money begets money. That's a fact. Eventually, money will double. Eventually, money will triple. It all depends on the vehicle for which you put that money in, or the process for which you engage that money so that that money can recreate itself. It's just like I said to you at the very start of this, a seed. Everybody can plant seed, but it depends on where you plant that seed and then the season in which you plant that seed, whether or not you get a harvest. Money begets money. You can put money in lottery, You can put money in slot machines, You can put money on a poker table, on the dogs, the horses, racetrack, football, basketball, baseball. You can put money on a number of things for it to try to beget itself, so it can try to reproduce itself, so it can try to double, right? But then, there's some other things that you can put money on, like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, right? Or there's other things, commodities, right? Yeah. Hard metal, soft metal. There's many different things that you go down the list and say, oh yeah, I can put money here, 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 and here, right? Yeah, you can. But is it proficient? Is it proficient? And is that what wealthy people do? Or is that, or are those the techniques and the processes that poor people chase after? Think about that for a moment. Think about that. So what I want to do is I want to do something that will change the focus of how you look at money. The next time that someone tells you that you should have multiple streams of income, you should listen to them. And then you want to see what direction they're going now. Are they saying that I need to have active income or passive income? Okay, so whenever you hear multiple streams of income, think active and think passive. But let's go back to something else from the very top of this. If the Bible is true, and it is, if the Bible is true, and the Bible said, take thy portion and divide it into 7, yea, 8, because you never know what the earth might produce. There's another version said, invest it into 7, yea, 8. So now it may become a thing of, where am I investing this money? Where's the best process for me to invest my money? How do I begin to get a return on my dollars? Think about that for a moment. So I'm going to wrap up this particular series. And on the top end of the next series, I'm going to give a summary of this series so that we can pick up and move forward. Because we talked about one, income so far, earn income. We know what that is. Whether it's salary or wage, it's earned income, right? You can have earned income in other facets as well. You know, you could be an independent contractor. You could be a meat seller. You could be, a bricklayer. But, it still falls under the category of active income, which is earned income. So we can keep that perspective together, right? So now we know that, we're looking at active income, something that requires work, something that requires energy, something that requires consistency more than one time. And then we think about passive. Now, I'm going to balance the, profit income. I will talk about that, but I'm talking about profit income later. And in the next segment, I'm going to introduce a replacement for profit income that I want to keep into a passive mode, because I believe that profit income is active income. Profit income, in my opinion, and I'll show you later, is active income. So I want to try to take you and keep you in that space of passive income. What is passive income again? Income for which you have to do the least amount of work. Making money while you sleep. Wake up and go ching ching. Hey, listen, I'm Rob Wilson. This is Financial Insight, changing the speed of wealth creation. It is very important, guys. This is brand new podcast. Many of you know me from radio, the 15, 20 years of radio here in Atlanta, Georgia, teaching personal finance and money management. And if you are finding me and discovering me for the first time, I'm kind of crazy, but I'm truthful. I'm going to give you some things that, it's just always going to be against the grain. It's never going to be the same old thing, track your spend, do this, A, B, C. Listen, let me be very clear here. If those things worked, then the majority of the people will be wealthy. If those things was actually working, the majority of the people will be wealthy. I want to give you something that might shock you. Okay? Right now, currently, the savings rate is the lowest that it has ever been for the African American community. Even in the midst of slavery, our forefathers had the capacity to save money greater than what we're doing. Our bankruptcy rates are up high. We've always been consumers. Because we just have. But it does not prohibit us from becoming wealthy, because there's a cycle of wealth that was created by us too, and it was more than just Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was many, over 40, 50 cities to be exact. But that's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to talk about that right now. What I want to do is say this, and I want to put this before you, is that we hear a lot of things that we've been taught. And oftentimes the people who are teaching us are guiding us down the wrong direction. There are people telling you that you're not going to make any money in the bank. So untrue. But truthful. Because here's something that you can consider. If you're not banking and you're only putting $50, $100 in the bank, you ain't going to make no money. No. When you see your money as disposable income, you ain't going to make no money. Okay, I'm getting off track here. Listen, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to catch, hopefully you have subscribed so that when the next one drops, you'll be notified, right? Yes, subscribe, follow me. I am Rob Wilson on Instagram. I am robwilson.com on the web. And I am Rob Wilson here on the YouTube channel. And in every space you will find me, I am Rob Wilson. Changing the speed of wealth creation, financial insight with Rob Wilson. I want to change the course of your life. And look forward to the next series. Thank you.
You have been listening to an episode of Financial Insight with Rob Wilson. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Visit IamRobWilson.com and hear additional episodes. Also support our mission as we take financial literacy to every house. Remember, every decision that you make either brings you closer to or removes you further away from your financial goals.